Big shout out to my buddy Don for putting me in this. This is the Tisas 1911 A1 Tank Commander in 9mm. A little while back I said, hey guys, views are down, I need some ideas for some fresh content, and a great deal of you said let's do some stuff on a budget because ain't nothing getting any cheaper. And that's exactly what this is. This little thing right here is a solid value. You're about to watch the most gushing unpaid review you've ever seen. This thing right here has proven to be a ton of fun. Big Josh from Black Diamond Guns and Gear called me, and it was literally dark 30. He says, hey man, we got a match tomorrow. You want to go?
Shooter ready?
Yes.
Stand by. Magazine out, slide forward, hammer down, recover the holster. Range is safe, tape them up.
Nice.
869, clean.
And I said, okay, cool, that sounds great. What time? He said, be at my house at 7. So dude, I had about like 4.5 hours of sleep before I jumped in the truck to run to his house.
You must start on the X. Cannot draw until you get behind cover. Run over, pick up the toddler. Toddler must be held in your arms, up against your chest. Behind cover, you must shoot from both sides of cover. You can't go outside of here. 2 get 2, 1 get 1. Now, I'm going to warn you. The toddler is slippery. It is a bag of fescue grass seed. So when you pick it up, it's going to shift and move just like a toddler. Shooter ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
And I had a freaking blast with this thing. It proved to be 100% reliable. Accuracy was not a problem. Basically, with this thing being 9mm with this big heavy frame, I didn't choke down on it like I normally would a striker fired gun, you know, one that you're really trying to drive and keep that recoil down. With this one, if you'll notice in the videos, I had my thumbs just a little bit relaxed. I didn't really have to drive it. That 9mm in this big heavy frame, it just soaks it up. Follow-up shots were great. Headshots were not a problem, though we had a couple of hostage targets. If you hit the hostage, of course that would be a penalty, and if you hit the hostage taker, then you would clear the course. So I hadn't been on a shot timer in over a year. I hadn't done any kind of competition. Did I do super duper? No. Did I suck? Absolutely not. And boom. Now, for this thing to be so cheap, it actually comes in a pretty decent box. You could fly with this if need be. It has locking hasps that would fit your TSA requirements. So now you want to see what's inside. Of course, inside here we've got an owner's manual, a brush, and a rod for a patch. But we want to see what is going on in the actual meat and potatoes here. Now, I love the look of this thing. Basically, with this, you get the look of an old school 1911 without the bill. You don't have to drop all of that coin on it, and you don't have to worry about breaking it. Also included are 2 9-round Metgar mags. These are actually stamped Metgar. They are 100% Metgar. Very nice little mags. I had no problems out of the mags. So now let's go ahead and take this safety flag out and give this thing a look. And get her to lock back here. Take that safety flag out, and boom. You can see right here we're marked 1911 A1 Tank Commander. This thing has got the old school sights on it, which after that match I realized a real need to put some color on this front ramp. Basically, I'm used to having something that draws my eye to it, like a big set of excess dots. And where that match was, we were kind of behind the hill and there was no real sun coming in. So this gave me just a little bit of trouble that blended in, but a little bit of fingernail polish will fix it right up. Of course, this thing has just got your standard controls. We're not a beaver tail. Of course, with this thing being 9mm, you don't really have to drive. So you don't have to worry so much about getting bit. It was actually very comfortable to shoot. The trigger pull on this is actually really nice. I forgot my scale at home, so I will edit that in right here. Thank you, Mr. Editor, sir. Just a nice short trigger pull with a decent reset. Now, one thing that I may do, since I have fallen in love with this thing, I may wind up putting a stainless steel control, safety, and all of that on it. I think that would look pretty cool. But now our safety, that's just a positive little detent. Cool. Of course, our mag catch, it feels really nice. Now, the only thing I am just used to, just a flat mainspring. You know, this being period correct, it's got that little bit of a hump. So as I would come around to hit my mag catch, it just took me just a little bit to get used to that. But it's just going to be one of those deals where I will get used to it. We've got nice wooden grips on this. Those wooden grips, the checkering is just right. Like, they're not too aggressive, but they're not too slick. I'm liking that. We got serrations right here. They're real fine serrations. No serrations on the front just because, you know, period correct things. Dude, I'm just liking it. Absolutely digging it. So we're around 400 rounds through this. I carried this thing to a range with my younger son, and I wanted to get a lot more content out of it. And I left him with 2 of the Winchester White Box 100 packs. So he had 200 rounds. I left him unattended for just a minute, and I'll be dadgum if he didn't shoot every freaking bit of it. I dragged the camera out of the truck, and I said, all right, boy, let's go ahead and shoot this thing a little bit. And he says, well, Dad, I already have. He shot every dadgum bit of that, 200 rounds in no time. So I know he's freaking loving this thing. Now, inserting the mag is very nice. They've actually cut a couple of little bevels right here on the bottom. So you don't have a big flared mag well as you would for, you know, like a competition gun, but getting them to go in is no problem. I may try to source some base plates just so that I'd have a little extra oomph on the bottom of that, because that's one thing I do like about my other 1911 mags. But yeah, this thing is an absolute value, absolute bargain, and I am thankful that I have found it. It's not too often that a gun like this makes me that daggum happy. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Tisas 1911 A1 Tank Commander. I've had a great deal of fun with this thing. Again, thank you, Don. Sometimes I need a reminder that not everything has to be super duper expensive. I know the Taurus G2C, that was one of the first ones that actually would get me to look at a sub $500 gun. This one right here came in, I saw it actually at the gun show for $419 recently. Now, I do understand this is 2023 and years to come. It may be a little bit more expensive because that's just the way of the world. But when I saw this thing laying on the table at $419, I said, dude, that is an excellent freaking value. So now, if you would, check out the Linktree links below. Shopping there helps the channel just a little bit. I'm wildly unsuccessful, but anything you spend does give us a small kickback, and it goes back into ammo and guns and all of the other things. So please do that. Smash that thumbs up. Leave me an awesome comment. I hope to see you guys in the comment section. We'll see you next time. I love you, and I love this little Tisas.